controlling all 3 strongholds, your points double up, and that's where you start to spin out of control. But with teams of this caliber, really expect them to be going for the 2 out of 3 strongholds and waiting for a team to overextend before trying to go for that trip cap. They're not going to try to force trip caps here in this game.
We're going to start things off here with I Got Your Pistola from Optic Gaming. Surviving the initial fight as APG is able to pick up a kill on Eco, but Stellar is in the middle, and he's roaming with the rockets. The boom booms are out.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing also on the UI is nobody is going for the B stronghold as of yet. Right. They are all concentrating their firepower in the center of the map. They realize if they get the slays, they can then disperse off to the sides of the map and control the strongholds. In fact, you notice I'm going for the same strategy. They're countering each other's strongholds. One's going, you know, we saw CLOUD9 capture A. We saw Optic capture C. And that's honestly a very good idea when you're trying to think of your score in relation to opponents. All right, why take the B stronghold, which is a neutral one, when you can take away something from the opposing team?
Finally, you're going to see 2 strongholds locked down, and your first team to score will be Optic Gaming as they jump out to a 9-point advantage. Over on C, a little bit of a contest as Renegade is going to be dropped. Eco will finish off the kill, and C is going to be captured. B is also going in favor of Cloud9, and this is where you can rack up the points. The trip cap is here.
Here comes the trip cap. They're scoring double points. They're scoring double points as long as one of the strongholds is not being contested or captured. So what you'll notice here, since Optic Gaming were capturing A, they're still just getting the single points trickling up. That's the other cool part about this game is they've made a couple different changes here in Infinite to the objectives, specifically to oddball and strongholds.
Yep.
Meaning when you're holding the oddball, the timer stops, so you're never in those mathematically impossible situations. I think people like Golden Boy complained before about his math skills. They're like, all right, we understand. We'll try to make this game a bit more friendly for someone like GP. And then here in Strongholds, you don't have to do this math of like, how long does it capture the stronghold? As long as you're contesting that, and you're contesting that during a 2-cap scenario, the points stop for the opposing team. So there are always comeback possibilities here.
Stellar Renegade in the feed here for Cloud9. Pistola just trying to survive over at C as the rockets come flooding in. Again, we're going to see the trip cap, and this is where Cloud9 just explodes. It seems like they get power weapon control, and then they all converge. Where is Optic going to be able to take back? It looks like right now they're challenging at B.
Yeah, and B is probably one of the more difficult ones to take. If you're going to try to decide if there's a trip cap going on, you don't want to choose B. B is the most central spot on the map of all the strongholds, where people from Cloud9 are going to be able to collapse in and challenge. Instead, you want to go for one of these side caps like C, which is exactly what Pistola does. He's a wizard for a reason.
Yeah, and I got to give big props to Lucid there. Pistola makes the call out. Lucid instantly trades the beat down. They get the double kill cleanup. Now they're staying on the move. Pistola, though, caught by 3 players on his left, and what a rotation from Cloud9. They felt it. They push out. They make sure they have control, and they continue to score up and over 84 points. Their opponent still held in the 20s as this has been dominant in the last minute and a half.
Yeah, Cloud9 just seem to be in such control. They seem to know Optic's moves before they make them. In fact, I want to hear how they're calling this out. So let's go to Astro listening with Cloud9.
Yeah, help him. He's arcade.
Yeah, right here. Still arcade.
He's
Trippy. Hey, watch out arcade, guys. I'm one shot.
Nice. Two.
It's a 20.
I hear that.
Trippy was front of bridge.
Okay, yeah, he's bottom.
Bottom tower, weak sand. Watch out, courtyard, bottom tower. He's behind the pole, bottom tower. Nice. Solo capping. B and C, guys.
Okay. I'm one shot. No, we need rockets. Smoke everything. Get these rockets. Literally trust.
I spawn C stairs, yes.
Make sure they can't push tires. Back C one.
Yo,
You guys B stairs from B stairs.
And arcade, C stairs.
Watch out C stairs.
I heard you. I got behind
He's on B stairs.
Lucid.
Backseat.
Capping B, guys. I'm capping B.
Knock it down B stairs.
And we're coming back out of the Astro listening. Stellar with the Bulldog and the beatdown. They continue to score up to 11 kills as Stellar. Right behind him is Renegade. And you kind of highlighted it, Dave. You are going to have some studs on the slaying side for Cloud9. For Optic Gaming, you had a hot start from Pistola. Everyone else kind of quiet since then. It seems they're getting picked off or just overwhelmed.
Yeah, not really able to get anything going there from the Optic side. What stood out most to me during that listening with Cloud9 was just how they're able to keep track of so many players from Optic. One, they're calling out where a flanker is. They're saying, all right, Saiyan, AKA Lucid, is over towards bottom A. Secondly, they're keeping track across the map when a stronghold is being capped. They're letting you know if it's single or double capped. So they're now saying, all right, one of them is at C. We now know that there are more threats across the map that could be challenging us in the center. Otherwise, there's times where they can call out if multiple are capturing a stronghold, meaning, all right, half their team's in that stronghold. Let's decide if we're collapsing or if we're getting positions.
I gotta know, Raleigh, do we have any Optic Gaming fans out in the crowd? Well, they need you right now. Optic is down 115 points, and they got him out the comeback. You got to turn it up right here, Dave. Pistol with a crucial kill in the back of C. Now trying to get eyes over on APG at B. It looks like that point not captured quite yet. Pistola trying to play hero here, but these are the situations we're seeing. You have to overextend by yourself, you get punished, and you don't score. Now you're getting trip capped.
And that was such a difficult scenario, and it even gets the best players in the world, someone like Ola, where he sees that B capture point so far along that he's tempted to jump off of that balcony and go in there and finish it up. And as soon as he goes over there, who's hopping in there? Renegade, one of the people you do not want to engage in a 1v1 fight with, and he's forced to back down and eventually die. So it goes to show, like, they are put in some very uncomfortable positions in this game.
You see Lucid working with APG there. They finally cut down Stellar, who is double positive, 14-7. He was on a run there with the power weapons. Now you see it's going in the hands of Penguin as he scoops up the Bulldog. APG trying to finish off these kills, but it's CLOUD9 just working too well together. They have each other's back always covered. And again, the trip cap opportunity. A little bit of contest at C as Lucid and Trippy will win that fight. But this is getting dangerous now for Optic. We're in the final 20 points for CLOUD9.
Yeah, it's really getting out of control. I mean, just the amount of slaying power we see from this CLOUD9 side is just been terrifying. In fact, we have Penguin, the tournament, the player who has not won a tournament yet, going the most positive, going 16-8, leading this roster. They chose this player for a reason, and he's showing up when they need him the most.
Renegade gave Trippy the business in that BR fight, and that is just the exclamation mark on a game number one that CLOUD9 needed for all the momentum. 250-49 after one more kill, and there it is.
Oh my God, what a stop right there of the best players here in Infinite. They are winning the online qualifiers and only dropping one game out of this tournament for a reason.
Both teams with fantastic coaches. Coach Lunchbox going to try and make sure your blue team, or excuse me, your red team, Optic Gaming, is going to be in charge of those power weapons. Early fight going in favor of Penguin, who picks up the double. Now they've got the goodies to go with it.
I want to see how Penguin got that. I couldn't tell. I could have sworn it was dynamo grenades. So they must have had, it might have been a stick. All right, it might have been a spike grenade then. It's interesting to see where he got that kill, because a 2-kill swing with one grenade off the start to secure an overshield, that is quite a game changer.
Looking at Penguin's positioning, I believe he is that player on the Dynamo, so that was probably the solution. Eco, well, your overshield's gone. Great use of the green gun, and if you're in my rank games, take note, you don't have to push out and feed when they have all the goods. You can hang back and punish. 2 kills, though, swinging in favor of CLOUD9 as Penguin hits the beatdown and the Bulldog goes to work. Stellar, he's still loaded up here with the Rockets. They have full control of this map.
I mean, I expected Bazaar to play slower than Street Stronghold, but not this much slower, Puckett.
Yeah.
It's interesting seeing these teams maneuver across the map. You notice how they're just flipping this over. Last time you saw CLOUD9 holding the lockers, holding the rocket side, and then collapsing in over towards the tree and BR. And it seems like they're gonna repeat the same thing over at the blue base.
And I just saw Lucid take a bit of a sigh there as one more player escaped that fourth shot. Just cannot finish these kills as CLOUD9 is peeking in, getting 2 shots off and getting out. Stellar with a nice trade on Trippy is going to keep the score 10-5. It's still early, but already CLOUD9 off to a fast start, and you're going to see Pistola now grabbing the grenades that can do massive damage. This is where you can swing it. You got middle control, just keep the team shot up.
Yep, getting those dynamo grenades. Not only getting them is important, but figuring out the most effective use of them. And it seems like most teams are really opting to, one, use them to get out of time when they're in a very peculiar situation or being put on the defensive. However, the more majority of the time, you want to see them use it to clear out the trees or the BR.
Right.
Because there's such confined quarters that, yes, you can maybe roll around the corner with your teammate and stuff, but it's such a risky maneuver, and that's why it's nice to just have that to help clear out those areas so that you can take them over a bit safer.
You can basically just close off an entire entrance. Look at Optic Gaming, though. We said it was 5-10. Now your score 11-3. 13. The comeback is in. The player leading the charge is going to be Trippy on your screen. Lucid also in the background has been aiding with multiple kills. I've seen him putting in 2 shots and backing away, setting these up. Stellar though, Mangler in hand, trying to get a little bit sneaky, and he's got players all around him. APG spotted. Here's the gift he was waiting for though. Thrusting forward, hasn't taken any damage yet. Perfect grenade, should be able to finish this, and it will. APG there to clean this one up, but the damage has already been done.
Yeah, damage has been done. We saw how Stellar broke behind the enemy lines and did not just shoot the very first person that he saw. He wanted to get more information and then start. And as soon as he saw APG, or I should say Ola there, running down towards that second pillar, he realized now is the go time. You don't want to get too greedy. You don't want to say, all right, I'm going to wait until I see a third person or wait till I get something else. He knew that that full side on Rocket side was cleared out. So he wants to start doing damage and creating panic and opportunities for his teammates to collapse in the center of the map.
And you recognize the timing. He did it. He did it while Rockets were coming up. This was a team effort, a coordinated effort to secure back-to-back Rocket grabs now for CLOUD9. Penguin, though, has to launch it before he dies, and that one's not going to earn him anything. 20-16, Optic still very much in this. They have neutralized the power weapons. Now they've just got to battle for this overshield. It's popping in the next 5.
Yeah, we've seen them make comebacks before. I remember watching on Lucid's timeline where he posted this ridiculous comeback on Bazaar Team Slayer. I want to kind of hear how they're communicating because oddly enough, when I was playing with Hex last night, he was kind of asking me, what does this button do? How do I pilot this vehicle? However, I feel like when we go to these players listening, the comms are going to be a little bit different. So let's go to a Astro listening with our friends over here on Optic Gaming.
Going back to flag, going back to flag. Penguin. It's on Brock's hiding, Brock's hiding.
Brock's.
He's a shot.
Nice shot. He was their flag. He was their flag. He was their flag. He was their flag. I'm going double door. I'm going double door. He's going to go big door.
Thrust spawn.
They spawned here. All here. I had to back up. I had to back up.
Watch out their double door, guys, with that thrust. Under you, right under you. If you look double door. Double door. He's right under it.
Behind me also, they spawned blue. They spawned blue behind us. Blue copy.
Nice, Tommy.
Be careful.
I might die.
Blue bridge pushing Justin.
Blue bridge.
Red bridge.
Yeah, red tree weak,
Look where I'm at, Joey. Look where I'm at.
I'm gonna die. He's on my alley. Yep, he's pushing you. All right, we got him.
I'm looking alley.
Just watch.
I'm looking alley.
I'm looking big door.
They're at top rocks, I think.
Get together.
I picked up.
Blue beer.
On your bridge.
I'm looking at He's one shot from blue. One shot from blue.
Behind you as well.
Look at me.
Tommy. I'm looking
Hi,
at
Tommy, you're
I
good.
jump out on me.
No, you're good.
Okay.
They're tree right now weak. Watch out their
Watch
tree.
the alley, guys.
Watch an alley.
Stellar's
on the tree.
Alley, they have a mango.
Yo, they might spawn blue on us. We don't block it.
I'm watching it.
Yo, can someone get push with me?
I can't.
Yo, I'm in their cubby, guys. I'm in their cubby.
Just got their tree. Their tree right now. Yo, let's try their alley. Their tree's weak. I'm about to push out their alley. I'm pushing out.
Still here, he's here.
Fucking got me. Watch out their red alley. Red alley.
Penguin's weak in their BR.
I died.
Alley right now. Watch out.
Three there.
I died bottom middle. He's pushing. He's going truck on you. Two bottom middle. They're getting shot nades and they got all the nades on you.
Yeah. Everything's going to
They're controlling both cubbies. I'm a big door.
It was all going so well there for a moment. It cut down the lead to 2. Now it's back up to 6 in favor of CLOUD9. Trying to break out from the BR is APG. During that listening, though, Dave, what do you take away from it?
Just how calm they are during these chaotic scenarios where just saying, hey, can someone get their eyes on me? I'm just happen to fight, you know, like Lucid was saying, he's fighting somewhere at the pillars and trying to stay alive at double doors. Just that calm demeanor that they have throughout the scenarios and just the overall awareness that they have going on throughout that map. They said, all right, we know that 3 of them are over here at red. Do we know if one's spawning at blue right now? Because what some teams tend to do or players tend to do is they get very tunnel vision on what's going good for them. It's almost like when you hear that old chess adage where it's like, if you think you have a good move, your opponent probably has a better move.
Yeah.
They are having that sort of mindset where they're saying, well, we seem to have a flank on them. Do they happen to have a flank on us? Like, let's think this through really quick before we make a move here.
It's the double kills that are coming in that are really the difference maker in the last minute. The lead growing up to 10 now as Renegade looks to punish with the Bulldog. APG, a sliver of health in the head. It will fall. Renegade and Penguin again in the feed and a beatdown to follow it all up. The trades are in, and from here on out, you're happy with those. 12 kills to go until you have a 2-0 lead over Optic Gaming. Optic's got to turn it around. Lucid trying to do so, but the Rockets are at his back.
They do, but it's going to be difficult, especially when you have someone like Renegade going off like he is. We've always been highlighting these 2 players, Lucid and Renegade, from these 2 squads, and Renegade is showing up. He is 16-8 in this game right now, Puckett.
Can we get a screen on Renegade? Just close it out with the man. So involved around the map. You can see him constantly holding forward. Lucid, he's staying up there. He's leading his team with assists. In fact, he has as many assists as everyone else on his squad. He's surviving, but they aren't able to take control. Renegade on the back end, going to be challenging up here on Trippy. Might be the distraction that we saw from Stellar about 3 minutes ago.
Look at this brilliant clearing out. So what Renegade's doing is he gets somebody weak towards top rockets, and generally gets somebody weak. Most players are like, oh, get that person weak, I need to chase down that kill, fight that person. But you have secondary options besides hunting down that kill. You can get better positional advantage. And instead he gets into some weird mangler battle in the vents. I haven't seen Die Hard just yet this Christmas, but I guess we get a quick preview right now.
Yeah, Renegade with the spike is able to finish that one. The daggers in the feet doing too much damage. We're gonna see Pistola, mangler in hand, trying to close this gap. Eco just picked up Lucid, who is trying to get behind enemy lines, and now you've got APG to support. You gotta take the same gunfight though. APG will find one, here is Pistola, but your opponent's just 6 kills away.
This gap is closing though, Puckett. It was a 10-kill lead, now diminished just down to 4. I mean, still not a very comfortable position to be in if you're Optic, but a hell of a lot more comfortable than being down by 10.
After that phase comeback last night, anything is possible in Halo Infinite. And there is another one scored by Lucid. The long-range damage being dealt with the grenades. And this is a 3-point game, ladies and gentlemen. Raleigh, are you enjoying this, Team Slayer? Make some noise as we go down to the wire. It's Optic Gaming with the Rockets.
Getting a little damage there, but not the finish. Each of these rockets are so precious, and I don't need to tell you that, Puckett. You know how important rockets are and how valuable it is to accurately shoot each one of those.
You can take out 3 teammates with one of those things.
But only having 2 here, and especially with this game being down to the wire, those need to count. You can't just be shooting those around, and that was an ineffective use of rockets here from Pistola.
Pistola's going to be kicking himself. He knew he wanted to react, didn't want to waste the rocket or at least hand it over so it could be dealt against his team, but that is a kill they could not give up. The swing is still here, though, as we're going to see Trippy and Lucid get the picks. Trippy around the corner gets out with his life as well.
1-kill game, Puckett. They have just been taking this game in their own hands, and Optic have control of the center of the map. This gives them more angles. They can coordinate their team fights better, and on top of that, they get control of the overshield.
They have the rockets, they've got the overshield, they've got their opponent's pin. 2 players down low. Pistola half shield can't take this fight alone, and they're going to be surging onto APG. Can he survive this? They've got him down low, but they're all weak. They can't take these fights.
Yeah, these players are all stuck down at the Bulldog spawn, and this is not a good spot for CLOUD9 to be. They need somebody out, and these are just uncomfortable positions to be in. CLOUD9 go charging up top to top rockets, get the kills, and close out the game. You hear Hoaxer behind them saying, let's go. Such an odd fight, Puckett, right? Like, how often are you at the very bottom, like shooting up into the vents? I've never had that fight ever in Halo Infinite.
Poor Bradley. APG, it is CTF. Is it over, or is it just beginning? It's a time to find out as we open things up once again. One of the OGs, it's Pistola on your screen.
Look at this next level of how this game's already being played. You know, the games I'm playing here on Aquarius CTF, we're all looking top Sarah to challenge that camo. We got Ola and Renegade challenging each other at each other's thrusters.
I'm still on my flag, shooting at the other guy on the enemy's flag here. Meanwhile, the flag is moving in the hands of Trippy, and this side of the map, definitely the preferred route for all of our flag carriers. APG, he's got the camo, and this is going to enable some huge movement for Optic.
You literally can't get any more objective efficient with these flag grabs and runs. They got a couple kills. They're already blocking the spawns, and they got the first flag in. Trippy and the Optic Gaming crew are just getting started, Puckett, to answer your question.
And I thought APG was going to keep his slaughter rolling. Penguin, though, fortunately cuts him down. That finally allows CLOUD9 to push up on this left side of the map. And you're going to see Eco trying to make his way in, but he's met by 3 different grenades. Sidekick in hand. Show off your pistol, kid. What do you got for me?
Also, just look at the scoreboard real quick. 2 world champions right now just being completely shut down. Stellar and Renegade, both at 0 kills apiece. they are just being taken out of this game completely, and Optic Gaming are taking full advantage of it. But Renegade has something else to say about it. He's got Heat Wave now. He's got 2 kills under his belt, and he is putting some work in over at the Optic Gaming base.
Just getting gunned down. The commando in the back is so annoying. Trippy trying to help out his teammate, but Eco is too fast for him. And here's the tough situation. You know where they're coming from. You don't really have the ideal weaponry at that distance, and a little bit of an ego chow from Trippy is going to cost him. Meanwhile, this is going to be in favor of CLOUD9. 2 kills down. Flag almost got away to safety. Unfortunately, it stopped short. And there's a big one from APG. That'll stop this one from going anywhere. Optic Gaming can go back on the attack. Don't have to worry about too much defense.
Back on the attack, but I hope to see CLOUD9 maybe get a little more top control, because one thing we've been seeing this entire time is Optic Gaming been controlling top pink, top car. Most of these teams and players call this just like mid-chip, the side with the 2 ramps going up towards pink. And so they've just had that height advantage. And sure, you can sneak around every once in a while and scoop up a kill or 2, but that's not going to amount to things in the long run for your team. That's relying on too many small factors to go in your favor. You really need to have people up top on the sides that can see more of the map.
I got your Pistola picking up the 2nd camo of the game, and he uses that one to shut down the flag run from Stellar. Stellar, you mentioned it, just seeming to be a little bit off in this one, trying to make the objective play when the opportunity isn't there. Hasn't really been able to score when it comes to the kills. Pistola and crew, though, forced to play extremely heavy defense, and they will get the trade as finally the flag goes home. Stellar is going to get beat down in his base, but neither flag will be moving anytime soon.
Yeah, neither flag moving, but Trippy doing a great job actually pushing over from the util side to push into this CLOUD9 flag, but just staying alive, being a nuisance, realizing that he does not have to do it all himself. I was a little curious, though, about Ola being so cautious there. He had camo, just sat in the back there, trying to make sure they got that flag recovery. I don't know if that was a wise play to just ensure that they get the slays and don't let anyone from CLOUD9 sneak by, or if he's just being a little too cautious.
Wizard might have some tricks up his sleeve we still don't understand. Eco back on your screen, though, has taken top control here for CLOUD9, and that's what you were highlighting earlier. They need to establish this top high ground control. Then you get 1 or 2 players to pinch in with the cover fire. APG gonna get pinched, but Penguin falls, and APG doesn't get finished. So again, I feel like every time I look at this feed, it's Bradley who is getting the key victories to allow Optic to push out. They've had the last 2 camos, Lucid and crew, trying to make sure they get the 3rd as well.
More than a key victory, we're talking about a scenario where APG was getting shot in the back, was absolute one-shot, somehow rolls on through, gets a melee kill, and does not die. That's more than just winning a crucial 1v1.
3 flags. Only 1 has gone through for Optic. This is their 3rd camo, though, and could be the 2nd flag score opportunity. 1 player down as Penguin finds Lucid. It will slow it a little bit. Trippy's got to do a lot on his own here. No support quite yet.
One thing that does look good for Optic Gaming fans right now, obviously they're out slaying, they're up by a flag cap. However, I wouldn't celebrate too early. They're out slaying by 13 kills, and they've only translated that into 1 flag capture. Now, if you flip down the other side, we're gonna have to see who's gonna be more objective efficient once they get the slays. We know there's gonna be a period in time here where CLOUD9 are gonna come out ahead of the slays. It's just the natural ebb and flow of how a Halo game goes between top pros and top teams. So we're gonna have to see who ends up getting more out of their killing sprees.
Bradley just letting the lightning rip dynamo grenades, taking out everybody's shield in that room, and he's going to finish off 2 here as Eco is going to get the help from Renegade. Here comes CLOUD9 on the left side. We've got Stellar still on 3 kills. If we can get over to his screen after Eco dies, I want to see what is going wrong for him, because they are going to need all 4 players to be slaying like they were on game 1 and game 2 if CLOUD9 is going to start converting on the objective.
Yep, we see CLOUD9 finally making it over to the base. It feels like in like a more dominant fashion. They've been struggling a little bit to get over there. One thing we're also noticing both these teams really prioritize is to push in from the car or the utility side. They have that bridge that goes directly into the flag rather than pushing them over from closet or pink side, which you just have only that 1 ramp up.
Lucid with a nice finish on Renegade here. This is 3 up for Optic, all surging forward. 2, make it now 3 respawning in the flag for CLOUD9. And with the 4th popping up, this isn't going to be easy, but Lucid is going to open the door. Pistola swinging in. Got to go for kill number 2 before you pull this. It's still not found, and Penguin will hold strong on D.
That's exactly what they need. Those kills are so crucial. You can be slaying as much as you want, but if your player who's closest to the flag dies and you don't have someone pull that flag, some of those kills are all for naught.
This is 4 camos in a row, Dave. What's going on, CLOUD9? It seems like Optic at least is playing for that mid control while Lowell is thinking about the flags. The rest of his team setting up for those power positions. APG holding on to his. On the other side of the map, though, you just lost help as Ola falls and Lucid is forced back. APG is alone.
And I would argue that those camos that they're acquiring, it isn't as much about just timing. It's more about that top center and top middle control.
Yes.
Just the presence that they have there. They're able to grab that at their leisure when the time is right.
5 minutes left on the clock. Plenty of time for either team. It's just one flag separating their squads. And we've seen it before. You can pull that flag with 1 second left to keep the game alive. Stellar trying to finish, and that is what is happening in his game. He's finding shoulders, just not finding the head on the fifth shot, or fourth shot in that case. And it's just going to get frustrating here, Dave.
It is, yeah. Every single minor battle that they are winning, for example, on the Street Stronghold game, they're now losing in this case. We just have players putting on a show. Lucid actually going 20-10. We were highlighting Renegade last time as a superstar in CLOUD9. The Optic Gaming superstar is bringing his team back here in game number 3.
Let's get over to Lucid if we can. He has the hot hand right now. 9 assists to go with his 21 eliminations. And production just told me, shout out to Carter behind the scenes, that he is averaging 20, almost 21 kills a game. That's across all game modes.
Well, he's already his average this game thus far, so clearly gonna set the bar a little bit higher here after this Aquarius CTF, as he still has 4 minutes to go on top of those 21 kills he already has.
All right, flag is up top. Penguin trying to send it back home safely. Lucid was the threat up top. Great grenades are gonna soften them up, and here's the finish.
One thing I would like to also highlight is they just took out Lucid. One thing that Eco was talking about, I was watching a video that the CLOUD9 team posted recently, is they say they do like to focus on the superstars of the other teams. They say when they have someone like Frosty down from Sentinels, they're like, their best player is off the map right now. We can do whatever we want. And they do have that mindset saying there are players that are very pivotal to certain rosters. Clearly Lucid being one of those players here on the Optic Game roster. And I wouldn't be surprised for them to make sure they're calling out or stressing those callouts a little bit more to make sure that those kills get finished where possible.
I'd fit in on CLOUD9 pretty well. I was only gunning for you and Ogre 2 in Big Team Battle last night. I think I went 1-47. Here's a look at Renegade, though. If there's going to be a player to put this team back into a power position, it will be him. Need to see the squad start to challenge together, though. You look at these blue dots, always it's just one player alone with no angle for help, and here is Optic on the flank. Lucid gets in, finishes off Penguin. Flag is moving with lots of cover. You got 2 players top mid, the third is falling right behind you, and there you can see on the other side, CLOUD9 can't even look at this flag here. He has not taken an ounce of damage yet.
No, but he realized that he has now been spotted. They do not have the top center control that they had before, so Lucid is not just going to panic and run this across right away. Instead, they're going to take this a little slow, try to get some slays, get some damage before running that flag in. But looks like Renegade's going to have to be the hero here. Unfortunately, they're a second too late, and that's going to be the second flag cap going in for Optic Gaming.
And again, props to Lucid for stalling that out, but double props to APG for doubling back. Now, though, a counter cap opportunity. It's going to be Penguin moving this one. He's got it halfway there, basically, with 2 players top mid. It's going to be the opposite side of the map spawning up. They've got this one home, Dave.
Such a good route from Penguin as well. So Penguin knew that they had 3 dead. The last member was shooting Penguin where he was up top. And he said, all right, that's fine. You know what? I can go low car to bring this one safely while I'm getting my shields back. Whereas if Penguin did not take damage, he would have taken the safer route towards top car where his team can cover him fully.
And if I'm Lunchbox right now, I'm telling my guys, listen, we got 90 seconds left to play. The only way they score is after we score. That's fine. Just play some strong D. We need these clutch kills, and that's the trade. In fact, Trippy gets out without falling on his back that they needed. Numbers up for Optic. Renegade is getting caught out. He will be punished, and Optic can surge forward here.
Oh my God, great hunt down there to kill Renegade. But what I was going to say is Optic is, like you said, doing a great job playing defense. However, they want to play defense by not just solely being in their base. The risk that you make about being in your base and guarding your flag is yes, you have great defensive positions. However, if you die, you do not have a respawn to help be a factor or have a chance to stop that flag run.
You need that safety at the midway point, right?
Yes.
Someone to be that last clutch to stop the flag's movement. 40 seconds remain on the clock here for Cloud9. If they want to keep this game alive, they need to tie up the score here. At least get the flags out of the base.
And that's what Lucid's doing right now. You saw Lucid pushing out the flag. Make the Cloud9 roster have to slay you twice before they can get that flag cap.
And Lucid wins another one down low. That was on Renegade as Lucid closes in on 30 kills with 12 assists. APG right behind him at 26. And 15 seconds to go. This is Optic's game. They're going to force a game 4 here, Dave.
And look at this, Lucid, like I said, the best defense is a good offense all the way over at the Cloud9 base. However, not pushing it deep enough to make sure that they spawn out. And that's going to be game number 3 going in favor of Optic Gaming. We got a series here, Puckett.
It's Halo Infinite, baby. Puckett and Walshy on your microphones. Welcome if you are just joining us. It's Championship Sunday as we narrow down one of the largest tournaments to our top squads. And we're starting off with one of the greatest players in the game. If you don't follow him already, do it right now. He goes by the name of Lucid.
Yep, and here's that passive start that I was telling you about, Puckett, where they'll sit over towards those A sandbags, try to be reactive, see anyone's flanking from B or pillar side, and then decide where they can go from there. And it looks like Lucid just strives to grab the sniper after seeing people at B, grab that heat wave and says, how about you take the oddball? I'm going to do a few things over here.
I hope Stellar has a way stronger mental game than I do because I would be broken after struggling in game 3. You start my game 4 like that. Stellar now challenging Lucid, and he is just going to wisely survive. Meanwhile, you see the kill feed continues to score for Orange as they are going to take control. Now fighting for the power-up as the sniper continues just to support its APG and the BR work out front.
Yeah, and we're going to have to see who's going to be able to acquire this active camo. This one, you're not going to just dive on in any case because you're just going to need to get these slays first. And look at this, Optic still not actually acquiring a ton of time because they're so focused on making sure they have these slays. That player at the top of the tower, Trippy, who has the oddball, not hesitating to drop that at a moment's notice to lay down a few extra shots over there in the field.
Camo's been spotted, but Lucid says, I don't need this fight. He has the drop wall, he's got the T2 combo. He doesn't necessarily need the kills, and what I love most about Lucid, you'll see one of his repulsor getaways in my next top 5. I guarantee it after this tournament. This man's movement is on point.
Look at this rotation. They've moved it all the way from A tower, like I was talking before, Puckett, all the way over towards the B stronghold. And they had their own little bit of a setup there, too, with those power weapons. But I like how they played it. It looks like Lucid was eventually taken down. The good part about that play, though, is you had to draw a bunch of Cloud9 members out into an unideal spot. Look at this. Even though Cloud9 got the kills, they're stuck in garage. They're pushing over towards the A stronghold. There's really not very strong positions for them at this moment to like have a strong setup and pick off these players who are just spawning.
Oh my goodness, Lucid and Trippy combining to do so much damage over at B, as you're going to see Penguin getting dropped as well. Cloud9 is in trouble as 3 just went down. Renegade had a little burst earlier, and the man sitting on 5 kills. So I'll keep my eye on him, as well as Eco, who snags the camo but can't get away with it.
Yeah, you saw Eco have a bit of a hesitancy there, where he wasn't sure if he was spotted, so he said, you know what, rather than go for the back smack and potentially just not even get a trade here, I'm gonna go for the 2-shot melee, guarantee I at least get 1 kill and some subsequent damage.
Here's that Mangler. You saw Heatwave for Optic, you see Mangler for Optic, you see headshots for Lucid.
Also, the other factor I could consider there as to why I went for that 2-shot beatdown is I'm not sure if Pistola has a back. I don't know if you can actually back smack him. So in that case, you might as well go for a 2-shot beatdown because the Wizard cannot be assassinated.
2 chest. Love to see it. Ola again in the feed as we talk about him is going to find Stellar. Stellar just getting beat up on. He and Penguin seem to be in the tough position in the afterthought spawn. After your teammates all die, you come up and you're outgunned. Penguin finally trades out with Lucid as Renegade fights for his life, and he finally gets help. The duo now with oddball control, and it's Cloud9 scoring once again. 52-22 though. Remember, here in the new oddball though, we are playing best of 3 heats. And in this opening heat, it's been your red team in control.
And for those just joining us, no, that wasn't a Matrix Resurrections preview. That was actually Lucid, who was just happening to stop some bullets and some grenades, is reflecting those back. So Lucid just pulling off the near impossible here during these games, making the most effective use out of the Halo Infinite sandbox more than any player in the game that I've seen so far.
Best movement in the game? You calling it?
Yeah, best movement in the game right now. You just watch him and his Master Chief moves different.
That's coming from one of the original movement kings. Put that on your Twitter bio. Here's Trippy down low, and he is going to let it loose. 2 players drop shield, make it 3 now, but all of Cloud9 survives. I say it as the grenades come in, and it's APG raining down the fire. He'll be traded, but nice back and forth kills will make sure that the oddball does not move as they battle for control.
Puckett, we've noticed this a couple times already where Cloud9, they're able to acquire the kills like they did over at the B Stronghold or there over in the field, but they're in poor positions afterwards. And so even though Optic Gaming might not have as many numbers, they might only have 1 or 2 alive, they just have superior positioning. They can, you know, flush them out outside the cave, or they can finish them off over the B Stronghold.
Oh, the panic, I feel it. I feel it for you, Lucid. The sniper rifle, not as easy as it once was. Trippy's gonna get rid of this, and the play ball doesn't happen. This is gonna be an opportunity for Cloud9 to pull away. The spike almost nudges it off as Lucid is doing everything in his power to keep this ball out of their control, but Penguin surviving for now, and he's got help. With that said, they're both hurt.
Yeah, he's not sure anymore. He's like,
Lucid surviving.
He's like, I'm not sure. Should we still play ball this anymore, or should I have grabbed that? But yeah, that was such a safe snag there from Penguin. But the beauty about this spot, though, you get a couple of these kills. You don't need your players right next to you. Look at this.
Right.
Renegade's able to flank out through the bottom. We had his teammate, I believe that was Eco, over near Nest. They have eyes on Penguin from all these different angles. Even though Penguin's alone, he's got help from afar.
Yeah, and when you can count out how many players are in the tunnel, you know, don't play it, right? They're just going to scoop it up. Stellar getting out with his life can drop in on this as soon as it's grabbed.
Yep, you don't want to just dive in on that, especially with that superior positioning. So smart by Stellar. Stellar actually flanking on over and trying to get his teammates some help over at the B Stronghold, but just meeting resistance from way too many angles.
Working down low with Penguin, though, and Penguin's just going to chuck the ball back towards Garage. They say, guys, let's just run it away from C. That's where all of Optic Gaming is spawning. And it's going to be Trippy trying to get to this. He stopped the oddball score, and he's got 1 player to beat here. He's at the window, and Stellar gets away with his life. Nice job by Renegade to rotate and get that clutch kill.
Yeah, those are huge kills, and Stellar obviously still opting to go for these slays first. As I talked about before, that Garage setup, Puckett, whoever gets the kills is going to have that setup. There's no play ball opportunities nearby. So when in doubt, you need to slay in that position, whereas you can't afford that same luxury. Or I should say, you can afford that luxury when you're over at B or C, because you can just play ball if you're not sure and you don't get the slays.
All right, I saw a Mangler, I saw a Sniper, I see an oddball. Those are all in favor of your red team, who is currently leading 77-61 here. They need just 23 more points to close this first heat out, but trouble is coming. And Pistola, he's gonna say, let's just rotate this, try and play it. I'll do as much damage as I can. 0 damage dealt. Nice retake here from Cloud9, and they keep the ball alive.
I don't think that one got played either, Puckett. That's the second time we've seen a failed play ball from Optic Gaming. Nope, actually, I was wrong. I guess I got the play ball then, so.
Okay. It's a little tough here in third person to see exactly where that ID is. Renegade, though, he's going to try and get the angle as Eco calls it out. APG's down low. There's a 3-man pinch. He never stood a chance. Eco coming in to finish things off, but it's Pistola who finds Stellar outside instead. This team is in trouble. Cloud9 just getting pinched from all directions here just when they had the upper hand. Well, Renegade's going to make sure they keep it. I thought he was going down.
Yeah, that was a scary scenario. This was a 4-on-2 for a moment and a massive play ball. Lucid realizing that if Cloud9 were able to get set up in tower with that ball, especially with the time ticking down, that would have been devastating. But instead, they play it for these last few seconds. They need to get a ball touch right now, and that is going to be round 1 going in favor of Optic Gaming, playing the time so smart and getting those play balls where they needed it.
I thought the way Cloud9 was set up, we weren't going to see that happen, but if the ball isn't being picked up by anyone, that 5-minute countdown timer, it just keeps draining. Optic wins based on time. And so far, Trippy not afraid to pick up the objective for his squad. It's been a team effort from your red team. On the blue squad, we need to see the slaying start their way. And so far, this is the best start you can ask for Stellar and Eco.
Yep, all 4 dead, only losing Renegade. I think they'll take that trade any day of the week, and they have the first tower setup that we've really seen. And we'll see if they actually can hold it for a long period of time. I know we did see Trippy holding the ball at the top tower, but they never really got like full control. We saw them fighting over towards the field.
The repulsor's the greatest addition to this game. I thought it was the grapple. It's the repulsor, Dave. After seeing the repulsing on sword lunges and everything else that has happened throughout this weekend, I am all about the equipment in Halo Infinite. Active camo, speaking of, is up right now. Penguin with the sniper rifle trying to defend this position from Ola and the rest of Optic Gaming, who's trying to sneak their way in. There's the first kill from Ola to open things up. The ball's still in the fans of CLOUD9, by the way. So it's not just the camo they've got.
Yeah, they got a little of everything, and they've got drop wall to take that out, but that's going to be the defenses of CLOUD9 being taken out. 2 members going out. They decide to play ball, and APG, so smart, just jumps on that ball right away. Anytime you have a numbers advantage, you want to see if the opportunity presents itself. That time it didn't. However, the fact that APG went down there, he now can have other teammates from Optic Gaming go down and help. So it's all about a numbers game. You get 2 people down, draw them in towards the objective. If there's players down there, the rest of your team can collapse, and you can trade kill for kill, get the ball, and rotate out where you need to be. If somebody is not down there, that's where APG is just walking away with free time.
And we are seeing some serious time being scored by CLOUD9. They had a big hold on C earlier when we were talking about camo. Well, you're going to see up near 60 points here for Renegade as the grenades come in. Stellar is still distracting, and Eco is there to support this ball. Nice spread here from CLOUD9, but Lucid is going to break the fortress.
Renegade plays it. It's arguable if that was early or not. Clearly not, since Ola was over there. But the whole point being is Renegade knew he had to get that play ball, and he's playing this weird balancing game during a time like that. It's how much time can I waste from Optic Gaming so my teammates respawns diminish a little bit more or reduce, and then secondly, you know, besides buying some more times, like how greedy can you get? Because you never want to be in a position where you don't play the ball. And, you know, we have someone on the desk later that can explain why you should play the ball.
What a bounce back after dropping that first heat based on time. CLOUD9, they are looking to tie this one up with some dominant control here. Their opponent's only 3 seconds. Optic hasn't gotten anywhere near this objective.
No, they have had such a struggle this game, but it's all come. And I was going to say at first, I was going to be like, they're outslaying heavily, but it's not quite so. It feels like CLOUD9 got the great slays off the beginning, but now it's just been more of trading slays, but they're grabbing time during those trade slays.
Get 2, run away from the other 2 with the oddball.
Yep.
73 points to just 3 points. Optic, they have a little bit of control finally. Lucid, though, spots 2, needs to call that out and run away. He's going to watch low, so it's up to Trippy to defend the garage, and he's going to trade out 1. Renegade's going to find a heady as Lucid just puts the bullet in his teeth.
That's going to be 2 for 2, but this time we are seeing Optic at least coming ahead in ball time during that trade, whereas CLOUD9 has been doing that previously. But they get a play ball, and it's not played for long as Stellar grabs it and brings it back to the garage where CLOUD9 feels like it belongs.
And Stellar is going to have most ball time for his squad here, without a doubt. He was the one holding it on C after the intro fight. He is the one who gets them another 10 seconds, brings it within 15 points here in the second one. And this is looking like a fantastic bounce back for CLOUD9. If you're just joining us, they're up 2-1 in the series. They could close out Optic Gaming with wins here.
Yep, they're going to need to win these 2 rounds. So on the bottom there, the UI is just a slightly
Ignore those dots.
Ignore the dots. We just know right now in this oddball game of the best of 3 in oddball rounds, it's 1-0 for Optic at the moment.
About to be 1-1 unless Pistola can get in. He's alone. APG coming off the spawn. There's a little bit of help, but is help going to get there in time to stop the objective? I don't think so. 2 seconds, 1 second. We're going to Heat 3.
Such a smart spot to be. Penguin knew he was receiving pressure from the garage side, knew that people would be out from the B side over towards the bridge, and just decides to ride it out in that low corner to close out the game.
All right, we go over to Lucid. Our observer feels he has the hot hand, and I'm with the ops. Optic Gaming kind of shut down in that second heat. The kills fairly even. The control, though, was always in favor of CLOUD9 when it came to the objective. And Penguin, he's going to start this third heat just like this second. Cloud9 wins the slaying game. They're going to bring this ball over to C, and they're going to have complete tower control.
And Penguin, as we talked about, being that all-rounder, does not hesitate to scoop up that ball time, even though he has the power weapons at the moment. Just decides that right now this is more important. Gets that play ball, is going to try to stay alive as long as possible backseat tower, but that's not going to be long when you have someone like Lucid chasing you down.
All right, 12 points. Not a bad start when you're working way towards 100. Eco almost turns, doesn't quite get it as Lucid is trying to rack up some multi-kills. Teammate, APG, calling out the rotation from Nest. Play ball opportunity. And he could also just drop this off. You do not need to throw it off the map with how far away your opponents are spawning.
Yep, it's always a delicate balance knowing how and when to play ball because you obviously never want to play it too late, but also play it too early. That adds up over time. Not only does it affect your current setup, you no longer force the opposing team to take down the tower. If you see them play ball for free, you no longer like, all right, you're in that advantageous position. I don't care about that. I can roll towards bomb center. I can set a new setup.
I respect the attempt, Dave, but this could be costly. Not playing that ball puts so much pressure on Optic here. You got to break through right now. Nice start by Trippy as he drops the first. Second player will get melted as the heat wave will find 2.5. Third player jumped that ball off the map. So Cloud9, fresh respawns. Optic Gaming, easy rotate. APG's going to take it right back over to where he was, but with shots coming from dummies, he's just going to run this to Nest behind Trippy, and this is the heads-up objective play. You lost both of your support players, though, so it's just Trippy and APG up now for Optic. They could be in trouble here as Stellar gets the flank.
The other thing that's brilliant that we're seeing from these players from Cloud9 and Optic is the times they know that they need to be dropping the ball to rotate it, and the times that they can hold it and be greedy and just walk it on over while scrapping up those extra precious seconds. That last one, you saw how calm APG was, running it towards the C tower. Did not hesitate to drop it, was not sprinting or sliding away or anything, just realized, yep, I'm gonna scrap up these extra few seconds. And right now it's only a 7-second game if my eyes don't deceive me.
31-38 it looks like on my board as well, Dave.
We're getting old, dude.
And Lucid picking up the kills, but more importantly, Lucid, he's got the camo. That ball, it's bait. And he is looking to hook a big fish. We've got Stellar, we've got Penguin top middle, and unfortunately for Lucid, he was just in the wrong place. Cloud9 swarms all over, they stop the objective, and now finally the double lands, but you're not able to capitalize as he's gonna get traded out. This is Cloud9's balsam out.
You know what? That was just a great play by Cloud9 to put pressure on the ball immediately.
Yeah.
What generally happens with these top teams is they feel like, all right, the ball carrier is clearly bait. If I just go beeline it for that ball carrier, you're just giving up a free kill. You're gonna get shot in the side. You're falling right into the trap. But that was one of the weird situations where Lucid spread out a little bit too far. Did not have the backup for the ball carrier, and that window of opportunity was seized by Cloud9.
I could say sometimes one bad call out can throw off the entire team in ranked. Could be happening here as you can't always guarantee the spawn you think it'll be. 41-62. Cloud9 not out of this one, but they have been chasing after this objective for what feels like the last 90 seconds outside of that one push. Stellar is going to be chasing this one still with Penguin, but APG might get to play it here.
Yeah, he's going to get that play ball, decides to hop it off.
Every second.
That's an interesting one. I think you need to know the times that you can jump off of the ball while holding it versus just tossing off. And since APG was one shot, says, all right, I'm going to jump and see if I can scrap another second or two, unbeknownst to him that player was going to get finished off.
And here's another camo opportunity. They've had the last two. Eco not getting away. Penguin, though, in the feed will be one of 3 kills being scored in the moment as half of Optic is down. Oddball being brought in by Cloud9. Trippy is in the garage,
Such a
but he
wise
doesn't see it coming.
rotation. All these members from Cloud9 are pushing towards the garage, and you would think naturally that ball carrier is going to go, all right, I'll take the quickest route to garage. I'm going to go through a tunnel where Trippy was waiting. But Renegade, realizing by deduction that, all right, well, I know the field side's safe. I'm just going to run towards field side.
And that is a 70-56. As Optic Gaming is now within 25 points of forcing a Game 5.
This is just getting wild, and here's a time where Optic are fine with trading kills. If they are holding the ball and trading kills and just spawning across the map, they are totally fine with that. However, this is also a dangerous time. They lost these battles. There were 2 members down now at the moment for Optic. If they were able to get this in the garage, that would have been devastating because Cloud9, if they get a full set, they can close out this game.
Nate Shot would be
my
proud of these plays from Lucid.
God.
Half of the Cloud9 setup destroyed. APG now will find the third. The fourth is in the corner. Eco gets punished. And Optic Gaming getting some stellar plays from Lucid to open this one up and close game number 4.
I mean, yes, that's going to show on the stat screen as a couple kills, but it really doesn't signify the impact that Lucid had there. It was literally, he was the only one over there. He's able to take out 2 members and single-handedly break through on the Cloud9 Sep and Sep his team to close this game out potentially.
Dave, I always used to yell at upcoming casters to not call the game too early. I'm yelling at myself right now because I thought Optic was going to be able to wrap that all the way back towards the garage safely. One crucial kill down low, cuts down the ball carrier, and keeps Cloud9 in this game. Their opponent needing just 10 points, but Cloud9 has now closed the gap. They are still in it if they can win this next slaying battle. That's 2 kills going in their way. Pistol is down. APG, the last one up, somehow getting away with the objective.
A desperation play there from Optic as they're trying to grab that ball and bring it towards their spawning teammates, but this is just going back and forth with these slays as both teams are battling out here over in front of the garage.
Pistol went for the flank. Did he read it right? He did. Has to clutch up alone. He's not taking much damage here, but there's 3 players closing it. 4. Cloud9 is here, and they're showing up in a big way. Your scoreboard, 84-90. Cloud9 could steal it and close this one out right here.
And Trippy's going for a long flank, but he doesn't know which side it's going to be. Trippy has now been sniffed out, knows that he's over towards garage side, so Renegade's going to run this over towards tower, going to run over into Trippy, who met him up towards top center. This game is neck and neck, Puckett.
91-99. You cannot drop the ball.
Are Optic going to get these 2 seconds? 1 second. That's going to be Optic bringing this to a game 5. Only 1 point away as Cloud9 were panicking, trying to finish off that last point, and we see the crowd on their feet here. It's
brand new to Halo. You've been sleeping on it for 20 years. Welcome. This is HCS Raleigh. This is our game 5, and we play to 50.
Kicking this one right off the bat. You know these teams are going to try to get any weapon they have at their disposal. Look at that. Okay. Lucid knowing the Cloud9 start, picking off Penguin. That's going to be Stellar going down as well. Lucid and the Optic Gaming Squad fighting for their lives to grab this camo.
And I love this play. If you were watching Optic on this map earlier, it is the same strategy from pool play, the same strat you saw in the earlier winners round. You get 2 players to bait and switch after an opening kill, grab that camo, and take control. Trippy with the shotgun's gonna hit the first shot, goes for the grenade. The challenge is there, but Renegade misses the shot and is punished.
Barely misses that headshot, and that's a swing. Because as these games slow down, a weapon like the shock rifle is going to be coming in so, you know, it's going to come in handy. There's going to be so many opportunities where you can just pick someone across the map or use that as a massive opening. Because these players aren't just going to sit around at, like, let's say a glass fight to control fight and get to 1 shot. They're going to poke 1 or 2 shots and hide. Whereas the shock rifle has the opportunity to hit a perfect kill, just like he hits there on previous world champion Stellar.
Do it again.
That's 2 world champions down. We're going to see 1 more.
Oh, I was ready. I was ready. Didn't happen this time, but a nice little swing there.
Also, a great understanding of the spawn system a bit. I mean, that was the first person he blamed right there was Stellar, and he's looking over here like the grapple to see if anyone's spawning near batteries. Like,
He's like, I got Lucid top gold. We got long haul lockdown. They're probably over this way, and Lucid continues to rotate. He's no longer top glass, could push behind pipes, but really, he's just looking out for his teammates that are over at this control and Hydra. You're gonna have Stellar on the rotation, and he could get away with 1 here without anyone threatening from Optic Gaming. I like the positioning from Stellar. He's got help as well. And I don't think Optic with the lead is going to need to push anytime soon, Dave.
One thing I like that Stellar did now is he got those plasma grenades.
Yep.
When you have like that top area over towards top A or pushing towards control, you want something to help clear that out. And so that grenade just came in handy, as you can see.
That's what they were setting up the whole time. He slips in, picks off APG. The rest of the team surging forward, and they've got Optic trapped down by a sword. Nice shots coming in as Penguin is going to trade out with Ola. Camo, most importantly, is going to be scored, and now this is going to be Cloud9. They've got the invisibility cloak. They've got the Mangler. It's time to maul some faces.
Yeah, and Cloud9 and Penguin are going to be able to make like 1/2 maybe pushes with this camo. With the pace of this game, Penguin's really going to have to break through some sort of setup here and push him with his team, but this is going to be difficult. Lucid already sniffs him out. Not only sniffs him out, gets the repulsor, gets the fish on Penguin. That's such a huge swing.
Penguin can't get it done with the Camo Mangler, and that's what CLOUD9 had just fought for. All that effort now gone. You got to go back to the basics. Mangler's going to be scooped up by Pistola, but look at Renegade. He is the one who is willing to go to those dangerous positions. He's tried multiple times to sneak through the middle. Once he got away with it, twice he's been punished. And your scoreboard, it is a 7-kill difference as Stellar is cut down by APG. Optic with control.
Another piece we're seeing thematically right now, Puckett, is we saw this on Bazaar Slayer at the end. We saw this just a moment ago from Stellar in the bottom center, but it seems like Optic, on the whole, are holding top positions just a bit more than we are from CLOUD9. CLOUD9 is still able to squeak out some of those fights, get those correct flanks, and do great plays, but generally, we're seeing these members of CLOUD9 seemingly fight at height disadvantage, and that can't add up very well in the long run.
I like this push by Penguin and Renegade. They looped all the way around bottom middle. Unfortunately, Optic, they've relocated. Now they're spotting Lucid. 3 shots in, the help isn't there, and he doesn't need it as Renegade somehow finds the kill on his own. Penguin was busy down low, and he converts it into a double, so that's a 3-kill swing, closes our score to just a 4-point differential, and Stellar has the new camo again. That's 3 camos now for CLOUD9.
Yep, CLOUD9 are going to have to be more effective with this camo than they were last time. It just did not bode well. And I like this. Zero hesitation. Perfect. You make eye contact with them, you're like, that person's not looking at me right. He just starts shooting immediately over at those stairs and make sure that he does not get just, lit up first. One thing that people can make a mistake with camo is just playing a bit too passive.
Yeah. And look at Stellar's positioning. He didn't move past long haul. He just kind of stayed in this corner, was able to get the cutoff on the retreat from Optic. 23-23, Dave. The 7-kill gap has been closed.
In this game, with it slowing down, it seems like this is favoring CLOUD9. I like this. During these slowdown times, get every little advantage you can. Find whatever grenades, find whatever weapons that you can across the map, because those are going to come in handy. You don't want to go into this next engagement without every little bit of firepower that you can have.
I believe this is Stellar on a 4 streak. He was able to pick up a headshot with his first shock shot. Didn't hit that one. Still threatening Optic. Optic is going for a 3-man push on Penguin. Grenades are there, and look at the flank from C9. It is a bait and punish scenario, and that is a 2-to-1 trade you'll take all game long. 28-24 now as they build a 4-kill lead.
Look at that trust, too. Penguin not even risking getting hit by that grenade, knows that he has help from his teammate there, and just makes sure that he pings Ola, keeps his shields down, and then goes back and focuses on any potential flanks from the C-plat.
Can we talk about Stellar as well? I know I called him out when he's having a rough game. Look at him now.
Leading in kills, Puckett.
9 and 6. Going for his killing spree here.
Gets a trade in a 3v1.
With 2 players in his face, so he gets to double digits, Dave. Good call here. And now we're going to see the reversal from APG. Optic needs a little spark here. And that might be it from APG.
Look at how this high-level Halo is played. You notice a player gets a kill, and immediately that's reacted by another teammate. Yep. It's just kill after kill after kill. And you see these players trade out over and over again. And when the big swings happen is when they're able to acquire that kill or two. Somehow that player stays alive that was initially in that first interaction, and that's where it really snowballs a lead.
Ola's having a tough one. He's been picked off 12 times.
That's an active game. As our old friend Nistic used to say, I was in a lot of fights.
Most numbers, baby.
Most numbers.
Ola looking for some more kills to go with those deaths. Unfortunately, has been picked off by the help from CLOUD9. Lucid, he's teaching all of you bronze players how to climb up. Know the jumps, kids.
And some of us Onyx players, I don't use that ledge either, just yet. But I will start using it now.
Yeah, I just got back in Onyx. Thanks for the carry, 72 hours if you're watching. Here we go, Lucid on your screen. He has kind of been outgunned in the last few 1v1s I've seen, and that's not something that was happening earlier in the series. Stellar, again, the one on the flank who's going to be able to finish the kill and go for the trade. Eco with 7 assists is able to add to his kill feed, and we're going to see Ola now, the last hope, repulsed off the map by Penguin.
What a play. You saw Ola, too. He's been repulsed before, and he was looking down to grab that ledge. He was trying to pull a, what's
cliffhanger?
Yeah, cliffhanger.
Yeah, there we go. We'll go with Rambo on this one. Lucid What's the game plan? I honestly want to see just BRs running forward together for Optic. This whole find a target, get an angle hasn't been working recently, but you see the 1v1 as Ola is able to find Stellar out in the tunnel. Grenades are the issue though, as Eco wins the war in yellow.
Yep, if you are in these stale or these stagnant times and you're not getting extra grenades like you see someone like APG getting, you are going in this next battle as a disadvantage. All these players know how and where everything spawns, and they want to make sure they grab this, even in a situation like, oh, look at this late activation. In fact, I wish it was a little later, since especially if you're making this move, but you get a little busted from Ola and not seen somehow. That was wild. I thought for certain Ola was going to sniff that out or see that player, but my guess is Ola is not looking at that position for very long. Instead is focused on that little, the little turbine around that at Hydro.
Yeah, might have looked over at a teammate screen, see what else is going on around the world. Ola falls, Eco survives, and Eco still got the sword in hand, hunting down kills as it's Penguin who finds the finish. 7 kills now here for CLOUD9. They were down as much as 8, I believe.
Look
now in control by the same number.
And also look at this patience here from the Cloud9 members. They get someone like Ola weak, they're not just charging in right away. That's what Ola wants to bait players in to do. Instead, they're waiting until he makes his next move, or at least wait until they get a second angle. It generally takes a couple players to take down one of these members here from Optic.
CLOUD9 in control. Renegade, it might be early in the tournament for some back smacks.
I mean, we saw respectful from Na'Vi playing earlier. We might have to be seeing disrespectful here from Renegade, aka the CLOUD9 team member, just going off, making a statement saying, hey, we won the last major tournament. We're the Halo 5 World Champions. Nothing's changed. 49 kills, that's gonna be 50. Penguin closing it out here for CLOUD9. CLOUD9 making it all the way to the winners bracket finals, making a statement above Optic Gaming.
We're always giving up for CLOUD9 and give it up for my man Renegade, not backing down. He and Stellar playing confident in all of their engagements. It was a difference maker for me here on the final map. The confidence pays off as they get the kills and they get the win, taking control and finishing strong.
Yeah, they were just looking so good, but it got scary there for a minute, Puckett. Going into a game 5 after up 2-0, especially with like that first commanding victory on Strongholds, it's a scary position to be in, especially against the likes of someone like Optic. But, you know, Optic, they're going to go back to the drawing board. They're going to go into the elimination bracket. Going to have some tough teams down there, but I fully expect this team to make it all the way back into the losers bracket finals and the finals. They've just shown their strength, how consistent they are. They can be down in games, still bring it back. They can be down in a series, still bring it back. CLOUD9, however, gosh, what a performance. 50-37 on that last game, and cement themselves right now as top 3 team at this event, if not potentially the best team.
I'm gonna say go ahead and bookmark this page on your browser right now, because this is the rematch of our grand finals. You couldn't ask for a better 5-game series. Every game, especially those middle 3, going down to the wire, as we have 2 of the top dogs in Halo Infinite showcasing their best on the main stage for you all here at our opening LAN event.
And I think a lot of teams or players out there have maybe been counting CLOUD9 out a little bit just because maybe they didn't have the exact performances through a couple of the opens. But here they've shown